the party. I found myself nodding an awful lot when reading chapter 9 because a lot of it really resonated with my background. I first started my language learning as an adult, community ed classes. I took the first 2 absolute beginner ones in Spanish, and then couldn't do anything for several years for lack of being able to keep going with it. No opportunities. Then in London on my OE, I again took a couple of community ed classes, once a week, an hour or 2, that was it. Then, armed with the basics, I actually moved to Mexico, and I lived there for 3¼ years. Having that background, that grounding in Spanish, really allowed me to become fluent while I was there. I wasn't taking any classes, so it was very much learning through immersion, not instructed, but I was making an effort myself to learn it. I did find that after a while my mastery plateaued because I was using the same language again and again and again. Low-level language with shopkeepers, buying transport tickets, hotel rooms, trying to find things, same language. And it wasn't until I took steps to start watching TV in Spanish, tried to find books to read in Spanish, which wasn't that easy. The Mexicans aren't great readers, no libraries to help out, that things really took off. While I was there, I was actually teaching in a different context. I was actually teaching primary school children in an immersion context. So my pupils were predominantly native Spanish speakers, but there was a whole range of Spanish speakers, and I was teaching them in English, though about 95% of them were non-native English speakers. When I got back to New Zealand, I looked at teaching Spanish, did that in secondary level for a few years, even though I really had no qualifications or experience. Then went back to mainstream teaching, but now I'm doing a master's in language teaching, and I'm looking specifically at doing computer-assisted language learning. This year I've just been offered a part-time job teaching years 4 to 6 Spanish, so we'll have 2 classes a year, and I'm really excited about the fact that they have a one-to-one iPad program, so I'm really looking forward to looking to make the best and doing maybe a little bit of side research into the use of iPads in language teaching. So that's me.